Hey everyone, and welcome back. We all love a good long soak in the tub, right? But have you ever stopped to think about how much water actually goes down the drain when you pull the plug?
It's definitely something we should all be more mindful of,
Yeah, for sure.
especially with the growing concerns about water conservation and, all that.
Exactly. And that's actually what we're diving deep into today.
Okay, sounds good.
We'll be looking at water-saving bathtubs and not just, the basic idea of them, but really getting into the nitty-gritty.
Nitty-gritty.
Yeah. We've got this super interesting article here called Transform Your Home with Water-Saving Bathtubs, Eco-Friendly Solutions for Modern Living.
Oh, nice.
It's written by Robert Correct, who's a quality engineer,
Okay.
and he specializes in this whole world of water and energy-saving products.
Yeah, he really knows his stuff.
He does, he does. So if you're someone who enjoys a nice, relaxing bath, but also wants to be, a little bit more eco-conscious,
Right.
this deep dive is definitely for you.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are looking for ways to be more sustainable at home and, especially in the bathroom.
Totally. And what's funny is that I never really thought about bathtubs as being like a major water waster.
Well, they can be, for sure.
Really?
Yeah.
How much water are we talking about here?
Well, a standard bathtub,
Okay.
the kind most people probably have,
Mm-hmm.
can use anywhere from 30 to 50 gallons of water for a single bath.
Wow, that's way more than I expected.
It is. Yeah. And to put that into perspective,
Okay.
a 10-minute shower
Okay.
with a low-flow shower head
Right.
usually uses around 25 gallons.
Oh, wow. So you're saying a bath could use twice as much water as a shower.
Yeah, potentially, yeah.
I'm starting to see why water-saving bathtubs are becoming a thing.
Yeah, they're definitely gaining popularity.
But honestly, I have to admit, I'm a little bit skeptical.
Oh, yeah. Why is that?
I mean, can a smaller tub really give you that same, luxurious, relaxing experience?
That's a great question, and it's a common misconception. It's not just about making the tub smaller.
Right.
It's about really smart design.
Okay.
Optimizing the shape and all the features
Yeah.
to use less water, but without sacrificing that comfort.
So it's not just shrinking the tub, it's more about, redesigning it completely.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so how does it actually work? Is there, a secret formula or something?
Well, it's not magic, but it is pretty clever.
Okay.
One of the key things is something called optimized depth to length ratios.
Optimize what now?
Depth to length ratios.
Okay, break that down for me.
So basically, they're making the tubs a bit shallower, but wider.
Shallower but wider.
Yeah.
I don't know. Would that really feel as spacious as a deeper tub?
Think of it this way. In a long, narrow tub, you're basically just lying in a straight line.
Right. Yeah.
But with a wider, shallower tub, you've got more room to spread out. Relax your arms.
Like more surface area?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the difference between a twin bed and a queen-size bed. They might be the same length,
Mhm.
but one gives you much more space to move around.
Oh, okay. I get it now.
Yeah.
So it's not just about the total volume of water, it's more about how that water is distributed and the shape of the tub itself.
Great place.
That's pretty cool. What other design tricks are they using?
Well, some tubs have built-in seats or contours
Okay.
that let you recline comfortably without needing a ton of water to be fully submerged.
Ah, smart.
And then there are things like efficient water circulation systems and flow regulators.
Flow regulators, I've never heard of those. What are they?
They're kind of like little gatekeepers for your water.
Okay.
They control the flow rate to make sure you have a nice, even, comfortable experience,
Right.
but without wasting a bunch of water. It's like having a gentle stream instead of a fire hose blasting you.
Yeah, I definitely prefer a gentle stream when it comes to bath time.
Exactly.
So it's like a combination of smart design and clever engineering that makes these water-saving tubs work.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm impressed. But what about the materials they use? Do those play a role in all of this?
Oh, absolutely. The materials are super important, both for how efficient the tub is and for, the environmental impact.
Right, of course. Well, we were talking about acrylic earlier, and I know that's a popular choice.
Yeah, it's a great insulator,
Mm.
meaning it helps keep the water warm for longer.
Oh, so that's good for energy savings too, right?
Exactly. The less you have to reheat the water, the less energy you use.
Makes sense. So what makes acrylic such a good insulator?
Well, it all comes down to its molecular structure.
Okay.
It's basically got all these tightly packed molecules that are really good at trapping heat.
So it's like a tiny little down jacket for your bathtub.
Exactly.
I love that analogy.
Yeah.
Okay, so acrylic is great, but are there other eco-friendly materials they're using for these tubs?
Yeah, there are some really cool alternative popping up.
Like what?
Well, Recycled steel is becoming more and more popular.
Oh,
Not only is it super durable, but it also gives the tub this unique kind of industrial chic look.
I love that. Recycled chic.
Yeah.
What else?
Another option is composite resin.
Composite resin. Okay.
Yeah, it's made from a mix of recycled materials, like plastic and wood fibers.
Wow, that's cool.
It's lightweight, easy to shape, and it has this really smooth, luxurious feel.
So many options.
Right. It seems like there's a water-saving bathtub out there for pretty much everyone.
I'm starting to think so too.
And, it's important to remember that these tubs are designed to be comfortable. Don't let those myths about them being tiny and uncomfortable fool ya.
Yeah, because that was one of my concerns for sure.
Yeah, I get it. But honestly, modern water-saving tubs are all about maximizing comfort while minimizing water waste.
It's a win-win.
Exactly.
Okay, you've definitely got me thinking about making the switch, but I'm sure some people are, creatures of habit.
Right.
What would you say to those who are maybe a little hesitant to try a water-saving tub?
I totally understand the hesitation. But think about it this way. You don't have to give up your relaxing bath time to be eco-conscious.
True.
These tubs are designed to give you the same enjoyable experience, just with less water.
It's a small change that can make a big difference.
Exactly.
Okay, let's say someone's listening to this right now and they're thinking, all right, I'm sold. I want to make the switch. What should they do?
Well, first things first.
Yeah.
Take a look at how much water you're using now. How often do you take baths? How much water do you usually use?
Is that a baseline?
Yeah, exactly. That'll help you understand how much you could potentially save.
Okay, and then
Then start researching.
researching what exactly? Like types of tubs, brands.
All of the above.
Okay.
There are tons of options out there. It can be a little overwhelming.
Right.
Start by looking into reputable brands like Kohler, American Standard, Ariel, Duravit. They're kind of the leaders in water-saving bathtub tech.
Kohler. Yeah, I've heard of them. They make those fancy toilets,
Yeah,
right?
they do. And they apply that same level of innovation to their bathtubs. They have this one called the Archer bathtub,
Archer.
but
Okay.
it's specifically designed to save water without sacrificing style or comfort.
So what makes the Archer tub stand out?
Well, for one, it has this unique feature they call comfort depth design.
Like for depth. Okay.
Yeah, it's basically a lower overall height.
Right.
But the bottom of the tub is shaped in a way that still gives you plenty of room for soaking.
So it's all about those clever design details.
Exactly.
Gotcha. What else should people consider when they're choosing a water-saving bathtub?
Think about your bathing habits. Do you like to soak for a long time or just take quick dips? Do you need jets or other features?
Right. And of course, budget's always a factor.
Absolutely. Water-saving tubs can range in price, so set a budget and try to stick to it.
Okay.
But keep in mind that initial investment might be a bit higher, but you'll likely save money on your water and energy bills in the long run.
Makes sense. It's an investment that pays off over time.
Exactly.
But a water-saving tub is just one piece of the puzzle, right? What other water-saving strategies can people use in their bathrooms?
You're absolutely right. It's all about taking a more holistic approach.
So where do we go from here?
Let's dive into some of those other strategies next,
Sounds good to me.
and maybe uncover some surprises along the way.
All right, I'm ready for it. All right, so we've talked about the design and materials, but what about those like high-tech water-saving tubs? You mentioned smart tubs earlier.
Okay, yes, the smart tubs, those are pretty cool.
Yeah, tell me more about those.
So imagine this, okay?
Okay.
You walk into your bathroom,
Uh-huh.
and your tub senses you're there,
Whoa!
and it starts filling itself
It starts filling itself. Wow.
to your preferred depth and temperature.
That sounds like something out of a movie.
It's pretty futuristic, right?
It is. But how does it know what my preferences are?
Well, some of these models use sensors
Okay.
that can actually recognize different users,
Recognize different users. How?
like based on their height or weight,
Um,
and then it remembers your preferred settings.
so it's like having a personal bath butler.
Pretty much, yeah.
I could get used to that. But how do the sensors actually work? I'm not super techie.
No worries, it's not that complicated.
Okay.
They use a combination of technologies,
Okay.
like infrared or ultrasonic waves,
Okay.
to detect your presence and measure things like distance and water level.
Interesting.
It's the same kind of technology that's used in those automatic faucets
Oh, yeah.
and touchless soap dispensers,
Right.
those things.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
So it's pretty cool how technology is like making its way into every part of our lives.
Totally. But let's not forget about the dual-purpose soaking tubs. You mentioned those two.
Oh yeah, those are great for relaxation.
Yeah, they sound amazing, like a bath and a spa all in one.
Exactly.
And are they water efficient too?
A lot of them are Designed with that in mind, yeah,
So you could have like a whirlpool bath without feeling guilty?
pretty much, yeah.
That's awesome. How do they make that work?
Well, they have features like adjustable jets,
Okay.
air massage systems,
Nice.
and even aromatherapy options.
Wow.
And they use significantly less water than a traditional jetted tub.
Okay, I am officially adding a dual-purpose soaking tub to my wish list.
Good choice.
You also mentioned gray water recycling systems earlier. Now, I have to admit, I have no idea what those are.
Yeah, it's a really cool concept.
So tell me about it.
Basically, it takes the water that would normally go down the drain from your sinks, showers, even your washing machine,
Okay.
and then it filters it and reuses it for things that don't require drinkable water.
So we can't drink it, but we can use it for other things.
Exactly.
Like
You
where?
could use it to water your garden,
Okay.
flush toilets,
I love that.
even wash your car.
That's amazing. I never knew you could do that.
It's a great way to reduce your water usage, especially in areas where water is scarce.
I bet. But installing one of those systems sounds complicated.
It might seem that way,
Yeah.
but the technology has gotten a lot simpler. There are systems now that are relatively easy to install, even in older homes.
So it's doable.
Yeah. And some places even offer rebates or incentives to encourage people to install them.
Oh, so it could save you money in the long run.
It definitely can.
I'm definitely going to look into that. So we've talked a lot about the eco-friendly aspects, but let's get practical for a second and talk about the financial side.
Sure.
We touched on the cost savings earlier, but can you elaborate a little more on that?
Yeah, so remember those energy-efficient water heaters we talked about?
Yes.
Combining a water-saving tub with one of those can really amp up your savings.
So we're using less water and heating it more efficiently.
Exactly.
Double win.
Yeah. Tankless water heaters, for example,
Yeah.
only heat water when you need it.
Right.
So you're not wasting energy keeping a big tank of water hot all the time.
That makes sense.
In heat pump water heaters,
Mm-hmm.
they use ambient heat from the air or the ground,
Oh, interesting.
which makes them super efficient.
Okay, so it's not just about individual choices, right?
It's about creating a whole system that works together.
Exactly, a holistic approach.
I like that.
And the best part is, it's not as hard or as expensive as you might think.
Yeah, that's good to know.
There are so many resources and incentives out there to help people make these upgrades.
You mentioned earlier that some utility companies and government programs offer rebates
Yeah.
for water-saving appliances. How does that usually work?
Well, it depends on where you live.
Right.
But a lot of utility companies offer rebates or discounts on things like low-flow toilets, shower heads, even water-saving tubs.
Oh, wow.
And some states and cities offer tax credits or other financial incentives.
So you could actually get rewarded for being eco-friendly.
Yeah, pretty much.
I love that.
It's a win-win for everyone.
It is. But let's go back to those bathtubs for a minute.
Okay.
Are there any other common misconceptions about them that we haven't addressed yet?
Oh, there are a few, yeah.
Like what?
One of the biggest ones is that water-saving tubs are uncomfortable. Right, or that they don't give you a good bathing experience.
Exactly.
Yeah, some people might picture these tiny tubs that you can barely fit in.
Yeah, like a kiddie pool or something.
Right, exactly.
But, as we talked about earlier, modern water-saving tubs are designed with comfort as a priority.
Yeah, they've come a long way.
They have ergonomic shapes, they have those contours we talked about,
Right.
and often they come with features like jets and adjustable water levels.
So you can still customize your experience.
Exactly.
And don't forget those materials that help keep the water warm.
Oh, yeah, that's key.
So you can really have that long, relaxing soak
Exactly.
without worrying about wasting water.
Yeah, it's all about debunking those myths and showing people that sustainability and comfort can go together.
You don't have to sacrifice one for the other.
Absolutely not.
Okay, that's good to know. Another concern I've heard is that they don't really save that much water.
Yeah, some people think it's just a drop in the bucket.
Right, like what's the point?
But it's important to remember that it all adds up over time.
Okay.
It might seem small on a per bath basis,
Mhm.
but think about it over weeks, months, years.
Yeah, the cumulative effect.
Exactly.
Okay.
We're talking about a potential reduction of like 30% to 40% in water usage per bath.
That's actually quite a lot,
It is.
especially when you consider how much water the average household uses in a year.
Right. And then you factor in the energy savings from heating less water.
So it really does make a difference,
It really does, yeah.
both for the environment and your wallet.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm convinced. Any other cool bathroom solutions we haven't touched on?
No, there are tons of innovations happening all the time.
Okay.
One area that I think is really fascinating is smart water monitoring devices.
Smart water monitoring devices. What are those?
They're basically like fitness trackers for your plumbing.
Okay, explain that.
So they track your water usage in real time,
Interesting.
giving you insights into your habits and alerting you to any potential leaks or problems.
So they could help you save money by catching leaks early on.
Yeah, exactly.
Ah.
That's pretty cool. And some of them can even connect to your smart home system.
Oh, wow.
So you can control your water usage remotely or set targets for how much you want to use.
That's amazing.
It's all about empowering people to be more conscious of their water use.
I love that.
Yeah.
So we've got all this cool tech helping us out, but
Yeah.
what about just simple, everyday things people can do?
Oh, those are important too.
Yeah.
Taking shorter showers,
Right.
turning the faucet off while brushing your teeth,
Good one.
fixing any leaky faucets.
Easy fixes.
Yeah. And even if you don't have a water-saving tub,
Yeah.
you can still be mindful of how much water you use when you're filling it up.
It's all about being aware.
Exactly.
Okay, good tips. But sometimes it's hard to stay motivated. Any advice on how to stay committed to saving water?
I think it's about finding what works for you.
Okay.
Some people like to set goals and track their progress.
Makes sense.
Others are motivated by the environmental benefits or the money they'll save.
And for some people, it's just about being more mindful.
Exactly. Like really appreciating water as a precious resource.
I love that.
Because it is.
It is. We take it for granted sometimes.
You do.
Especially in places where it's easy to access.
It's easy to forget that it's a finite resource.
It is. We need to be more careful.
We do.
Okay, well, this has been super insightful.
Yeah.
I'm feeling inspired.
I'm glad.
But before we move on,
Yeah.
I want to go back to something you mentioned earlier.
Okay.
That holistic approach to sustainability.
Yeah.
Can you explain that a little more?
Sure. So when we say a holistic approach, we're talking about looking at the big picture.
Okay,
It's not just about making one or two changes.
right.
It's about creating a whole system that minimizes your environmental impact.
So it's all connected.
Exactly. It's about understanding how your individual choices impact the world around you.
And making those choices align with your values.
Precisely.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah,
It's a reminder that we all have a role to play
we do.
in creating a more sustainable future.
We do.
Okay, well, this conversation has given me a lot to think about.
I'm glad.
I'm feeling motivated to,
Yeah.
to make some changes.
That's great.
But I know we have more to cover, so let's move on to our final segment. So we've talked a lot about saving water in our own homes, but, it's easy to feel like our individual actions don't really make that much of a difference in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, I get that. But it's important to remember that our choices do have a ripple effect.
Okay, explain the ripple effect.
Well, think about it this way. When we make conscious decisions, about the products we buy, how we live our lives, we're not just impacting ourselves. We're sending a message to the marketplace,
Okay.
to our communities, to the world even.
Right, it's like we're voting with our wallets.
Exactly.
We're showing companies that sustainability matters to us.
And that we're willing to put our money where our values are.
Exactly. So the more people demand eco-friendly products, the more companies will make them.
And the more accessible and affordable they'll become.
It's a positive feedback loop.
Exactly.
I like that. But what about the impact on our communities and the environment? How does that ripple effect play out there?
Well, when we reduce our water consumption at home,
Okay.
we're not just saving money on our bills, right?
Right.
We're also contributing to the health of our local ecosystems.
Makes sense.
We're helping ensure that there's enough water for everyone,
For everyone, yeah.
now and in the future.
And let's not forget about the energy savings that come with conserving water.
Oh, absolutely.
The less water we use, the less energy it takes to heat it, treat it, and transport it.
It's all connected. Reducing our water footprint also means reducing our carbon footprint.
Which helps fight climate change.
Exactly. It's a win for the planet and for our communities.
Okay, I'm seeing the bigger picture now. It's really cool to think that something as simple as choosing a water-saving bathtub can have such a big impact.
It really can, yeah.
It all comes back to the power of our choices.
It does.
So what about the future of all this? What do you think is next for water-saving bathtubs and eco-friendly bathrooms in general?
Oh, there's so much exciting stuff on the horizon.
Okay, give me some examples.
Well, I think we're going to see even more smart technology integrated into bathrooms.
Like what?
Bathtubs that learn your preferences,
Okay.
optimize water usage, even alert you to leaks.
Wow, that would be amazing. What about materials?
There's a lot of research being done on bio-based materials,
Bio-based, like what?
using things like bamboo, algae, even mushrooms.
Mushrooms, really?
Yeah, to create more sustainable alternatives.
Like plastic and metal.
Exactly. Imagine a bathtub made from like a living, growing material.
That's wild, a bathtub that's part of nature. Okay, but all this innovation is great.
Yeah.
But how do we make these solutions more accessible?
That's a great question, and it's something we need to be thinking about.
For sure.
I think one important step is advocating for policies that incentivize water-saving technology.
Okay, to make it more affordable.
Exactly.
What I
We
like
need to
that.
raise awareness
About.
about the benefits of these solutions
Right.
and make sure that information is available to everyone.
Everyone. Yeah, that's important. But besides all that, are there any simple things people can do right now to make their bathrooms more eco-friendly? Even if they can't afford a brand new tub.
Absolutely. We talked about some earlier. Taking shorter showers,
Right.
turning off the faucet while brushing,
Yeah.
fixing those leaky faucets.
Easy things.
Simple but effective.
Okay, I like it. Well, this has been a fantastic deep dive.
It has.
I've learned so much, and I'm definitely feeling inspired.
I'm glad.
But before we go, I wanted to circle back to the article by Robert Couric.
Okay.
He mentioned some specific brands and models of water-saving tubs.
He did?
Were there any that stood out to you?
Yeah, a few caught my eye. Kohler, you mentioned them earlier.
Right.
They're really leading the way. Their Archer bathtub with that comfort depth design,
Yeah.
it's a great example of a water-saving tub that doesn't skimp on comfort.
It's a good one.
Hmm.
What about American Standard? I know they're known for quality.
They are, yeah.
Do they have any good options?
Their Everclean model is worth checking out.
Everclean. Okay.
It's got this built-in antimicrobial system that helps keep the tub clean.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
And what about Duravit?
Duravit, yeah, they have a great one called the Dura Style.
Durastyle, right.
Super sleek and modern.
Okay.
And it's designed to be both water efficient and space saving.
Perfect for smaller bathrooms. So many great choices.
There are, yeah. It's exciting to see companies really embracing sustainability.
It is. Well, I think we've covered just about everything there is to know about water-saving bathtubs.
I think so.
It's been a really eye-opening deep dive,
It has.
and I'm feeling ready to make some changes in my own bathroom.
Good. I'm glad to hear that.
All right, deep divers, that's a wrap for this episode.
It's been a pleasure.
I hope you're leaving feeling inspired and ready to make a splash in the world of water conservation.
Every drop counts.
That's right. And don't forget to check out the show notes for all the resources we mentioned today.
See you next time.
Thanks for diving in with us.